Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous, and this is a weekly recap, I hope at least. I haven't been able to get down into the studio because still trying to work out my camera details and how I'm going to get that working. I do have a friend's camera, however, it takes a different storage media than mine did, so that kind of got in the way, and plus it's filled with the storage media that it's using now is filled with a whole bunch of personal stuff I don't want to take off. So that set me back a little bit. I cleaned the contacts on the SD card reader on mine, and as always, not working. So that's why you didn't get a Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous this week. I do have plans for getting it done next week, and the GoFundMe isn't going as well as I thought it would, and the main reason for that is because I've kind of backed off on it a little bit for now, and I'm going to start going back into it as soon as I have more to offer those that are coming there, like more dedicated content and how it's actually going to help the show. So for those of you that have already donated to my cause, I appreciate it. And oh yeah, I will be lowering the goal from $1,500 to $1,200 because I found that I can get the camera at a much lower price. So we're not here for GoFundMes. So we're not here for any of this, pleas for money. I do this because I love to do things about Star Citizen. So let's get right back into the nitty gritty. If you look, I'm in one of my favorite hangars. This is the VFG hangar at this moment in time. And the lighting in it has been fixed. It's just an amazing hangar, finally. And I've been going back and forth between this one, the Revel and York, and the Aero View. They're my three favorites at this point. And I gotta say that there's just something that always drags me back here into the VFG hangar. It's very sci-fi and gives me the feel of being in a real space sim. So they've done a lot of touch-ups and a lot of fixes to different things, and they're very subtle from time to time, kind of like here, the purple color that depicts this particular space fighter as being a REC purchase. Same here with all the weapons. You'll see in the ammo. So what are we going to talk about this week? We're going to talk about the things that have happened over the last couple of weeks. First and foremost, some people like to talk about how much money Star Citizen has made, and well, making money is what the game is about, because why would they be here if they weren't going to make some kind of profit from it, right? They have to be able to pay their employees and to be able to put some money aside for whatever the next game will be, right? Well, we got a lot of info out of them and a lot of things going on. And, well, the subtle things are we're at over 890,000 people that have put into this game. I mean, we're closing in on 895. And that, my friends, is just 105 away from a big number. And that big number is 1 million. And when we hit that, that's more impressive to me than the $84 million this game is at. We also have people, quite a number of ships in the fleet right now, just under 700,000. There are quite a number of people that are part of the game that haven't bought ships yet. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So if you're watching this show or watching the SCAA show, I have a contest for you. It's very simple. I'm giving away a starter package every week. I think Ben said 10, but I think that we're going to be able to go a little bit further than that as time goes on. So weekly, when I do my Ben's Day with Batgirl and Ben, at the very beginning of the show, I'm just going to be calling out a name from people that comment inside of whatever the show is. So you're going to have to comment on that particular episode to be entered in for the drawing on the next week. So we will start that with this week's episode. So starting with this week's episode coming up, which will be in a few days' time, probably Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. If you leave any kind of a comment in there, you'll be entered into it and you will be able to win a starter pack. Now, here are the rules. You cannot be a person that already has an account. And it will be checked because when I give your name to the people at CIG, they'll be able to know by the username, the password, and by the credit card that you associate with your account and the address, who you are, and that you are, in fact, a unique individual. Okay? So, one starter package every week. Second rule is going to be very simple. Just give me what you most look forward to in the game And what drew you to the game? Why are you coming to play Star Citizen? What about the game is something that you want to do? All right, so that's pretty cool, right? I'm giving away that. We're also giving away the Vanguard, and we'll talk more about that at the end. So I'm trying to draw in my own number of my own number of people. And what else has been going on? Well, we've had a couple of great sales. We had the whole series sale, where we had the A through E, and we've talked about that. I wound up upgrading my A to a B. I know I talked about how much I love my little snug bug. But when it comes down to it, it's about actually using it to make a profit. And I think they'll be able to make a profit better in the B. They also have the Starfarer on sale this week and the Starfarer G. Now, I'm not going to pick up a Starfarer or a Starfarer G at this point, but I will pick up the $45 upgrade to the Starfarer G. Since it's a military ship, it's going to be limited, and you're not going to be able to see a lot of them on the sales, on the market for sale. So if you don't know if you're going to get one or if you're going to get one, that's a great idea. Just buy the upgrade, because you can always take a CCU of an LTI ship that you have, turn it into a Starfarer, add the upgrade, and you have the Starfarer G. Next week, I'm very excited, and that's going to be the Reliant sale. Another MISC closing out what I think is the last of the MISC vessels, and that is going to be a starter ship. And we're closing that out with this because what the sales were, because that ship is going to be amazing. It's going to be a two-seater, the only starter ship that's two-seater, and it's going to be science-oriented and have the most Xi'an technology built into it. And I will be buying myself one or two of those. I cannot wait. All right, guys. That also leads to this. Version 1.1.3 was released, and there's a lot of things that were upgraded inside of that. So while this is loading, let's just say what the last thing is. This week, before we get into what's going on the screen now, is a fly-free all the starter ships to date, which is all the Auroras and all the Mustangs. This is an opportunity for those of you that don't own a Mustang right now to see why I love the Mustang Delta so much. So go out there, get in your Deltas, get out there and fight, and you will find out why I think the Mustang Delta is the funnest ship to fly right now. So we're waiting for the game to launch right now, and I'm going to just show you a couple things that have changed. And a lot of the changes have been in the direction that's given to you by Gilly, and also about about the way. Well, it's mostly about the directions and the flight controls. So there's quite a number of different changes on here that make the tutorial a lot easier to play. The first thing is when Gilly is done with you over here, you automatically turn and look at the fighter that you're supposed to fly. And then there's a little triangle over it. The next piece of it has to do with the controls. The controls have been tweaked like I asked for. What I wanted for them to do was to actually make the controls so when you were taking off or landing, that they didn't actually have the thrust at full for your maneuvering jets, slamming you into the ground or slamming you into the ceiling. Now, I think they still need a few more minor adjustments, but after playing through this piece of the tutorial, I was sold. They know what they're doing, and this game is just starting to look so good, and the graphics aren't even optimized yet. And DirectX 12 is coming, and new graphic cards are coming, so this game is only going to get better looking with time. And it's fun. It's fun now and immersive, and really begs me to ask, is there anything else better out there on the market right now when you're looking at the space genre MMO space simulator? I don't think so. I think this is it. Elite Dangerous is fun, but not as fun. It's got gorgeous ships, but not as gorgeous. And it's got good gameplay, just not as immersive. And this takes the cake in all those categories, and I'm pretty excited about it. So we're going to get to the point where they're telling me how to take off, and I'm going to ask for permission. Right now, he has me looking around the cockpit, and I'm trying all the different methods. The right control, Alt button and moving the joystick. I'm using the joystick hat, and then I'm using the mouse free look. Those are all easy to do. In the meantime, I'm totally ignoring what Gilly's saying over there, and he's about ready to take off. So I turn to him for a second, and my view automatically centers, but I want to make sure Then I'm looking at him to see when he goes up so I can actually test out this baby and see where we're at. Amazing, amazing, amazing things that they're doing so far, right? So as we get towards the center, he's just going to go right through the top. And what they don't show you is that this is an airlock. So there's a lower door and there's an upper door. And I do bump the door, as you will see in just a few moments. So he's gone and we just have to wait. Come on, look up, look up. I forgot to look up when I was shooting this. Not very good of me. So we are going to get ourselves going. Okay, it's closed, and we are going to ask permission to take off by hitting the the middle mouse button on our mouse. Oh, we got free look on. That's how it's telling me to toggle it off. And we're looking around the cockpit now. And then this is telling us how we could actually get out of the hangar. It's going to be button 3 on the mouse, or they're going to talk about other ways that you can do it. And they're talking about the manual and the automatic. And for this one, we got to use the automatic method of taking off. So here we go. And waiting for the inevitable. And we take off. And it's just a little bit less jerky off the ground. But it actually works very well now. I'm very happy with the taxiing ability of this. I probably should have taxied the way that they were showing me, but I'm going to go right to the center. And then I'm going to turn this way and then use my strafing back and forth. Turn it forward. Level the wings. Level the wings. Come on. Come on, Nikki. Get the wings. Okay. So there we go. And now all we're going to do is we're going to look up and we are clear. And we're going to start lifting up. Now the problem here is I still have a little forward momentum on my joystick going off, on my throttle, I should say. So I back it off a little bit and it's strafing forward and back. And I'm gonna, that's where I hit that second door and I'm out. And let me tell you, this was a lot easier than when it was inside of the PTU. And I'm very impressed with it and happy that they finally corrected this. Awesome, right? So tutorial over. Let's get back into the hangar and close this baby out. So we also had a couple of other things that came out. A couple weeks ago, we had this big rock that's floating in your hangar. I think that might have been last week. And it's for subscribers. And I get an extra one every month, but I do get some that my fellow subscribers offer. So I'm going to throw that to you all in this episode. As a thank you for listening and watching to me, if you want to get a piece of the Ellis Rock, I know a couple of people in my subscriber den thread that would have no problem giving one up. And if not, I can buy one for $5. So I want to give away 2 this week. All you got to do is say, I want a piece of the rock. Put it in the comment section below. I will find it. And then next week, I will give out one of the pieces of the Ellis system to you. So one of my compadres will get one, and I'll purchase one for you. And I will try to do that from now on. Every time a new rock piece comes out, I'll try to give them away so you guys could have what us subscribers have. Second thing, they have a jump point. That is for subscribers only, so I can't show you that here. And it, of course, features the whole lineup. And it's pretty cool. And I haven't been able to sit down and read it, but it's one of the benefits of being a subscriber. You eventually see a lot of the things that they have inside of the comlink, but never in the beautifulness and the beauty that is the Jump Point magazine that you get to read on your tablet or your computer. I've always got mine loaded into iBooks on my iPad. So it's a wonderful thing to sit down and read in the break room when I'm on a break at work. All right, so we're getting down to the end of this, and let's talk about that second contest. And that second contest is going to be over on the 29th and given away the first Wednesday of June. And that is for the A3G Vanguard. And that's a thank you for reaching 2,500 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so very much for all the support that you give me. And I really do appreciate it, because I honestly wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you all commenting and watching and sharing the episodes as you do. So the A3G, we have a contest going for it. Very simple. Go back to the last episode and you will find that the last state of the game, and you will find that the rules are these. Send an email to starcitizenaa@gmail.com. Make sure that Vanguard contest is inside of the subject field. In the body of the email, I want what you think your favorite or most used ship is going to be and why. And that's it. And then you'll be contacted if you are drawn randomly on that first Wednesday of June. Good luck, everyone, and thank you again. I really appreciate it. Next one up, I think I'm going to give away... I'm going to think about this one hard. I think we might give away a Starfire or a Gemini, or maybe we'll give away a Hull. We'll give away something that you all want. And the way that that's going to work is I'm going to try to get to 1,000 average views per episode of Star Citizen AA and Ben's Day only. So it's at anything that has the Star Citizen AA. I want to get to 1,000 views. That's not a lot, and it's a pitiful shame. It's a shame it's not there already. I do hard work here. Okay? So thank you, thank you, thank you. And this week coming up, there will be a Star Citizen AA. I promise you I will be shooting that on Tuesday, and there will be as much information as I can get inside of there. So we're almost done. I put up a separate video that had nothing to do with Star Citizen. It was about helping me out, and I think that some people missed what I was trying to ask for. And I think it was done in haste, and it's all my fault, and I apologize. But all I'm saying is if you look at that video, it can help me out a lot. And I'm not using it for personal gain. In the video, I told you anything I save from you being able to help me out, and that was a video that says a new way to help out Nikki, Batgirl D'Angelo, or whatever. Anything that I get from that, I'm going to turn into items that I either give away on the ship or are used to make on the show, or that I use to make the show better, aka the camera that I want to get. If I've overstepped my bounds, I apologize. I promise you guys, I didn't think about the ramifications it could have. But thank you for those of you that are supporting me in that way, and for the wonderful people that go over to patreon.com/Batgirl and on their own have chosen to support me and become a patron and help me to take care of some of the expenses that are actually incurred for this channel. I'm in one of the test markets for Comcast, and I'll tell you, some months I'm getting $300 bills from Comcast. With that said, it's all about the Star Citizen on this channel, okay? And that's where I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to start a new channel and move my things that aren't Star Citizen to that one, because I really do want to keep you guys here and keep you entertained and be the source for all things Star Citizen. Make sure you get your questions into the Ben's Day with Batgirl and Ben video so I can ask Ben those wonderful questions. And you guys all have a wonderful week and be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.